Hi, my name is Vena. I'm originally from Rea, but I live in Nandi. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm John from Kornabuan, Tafua. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks.
Bula, I'm Teopola.
Bula, I'm Agnesi.
We love listening to Today FM because it rocks in Ba.
Bula, my name is Isal. I've been listening to Today FM.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Tonight, family distraught over missing toddler. 5 hospitalized after horrific road smash. And Social Welfare Ministry wants to help eradicating social issues.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Jackie Spade.
A family in Lautoka is tonight praying for the safe return of their toddler who's been missing for more than 2 days. Peter Mbaravilala Jr. was last seen at his grandparents' home in Sandalwood Street on Sunday afternoon. Ellen Stolz tells us more.
Peter Mbaravilala Jr. is only 1 year 9 months old, and his disappearance has left the entire community shaken. Losalini Katarina is Peter's aunt and has cared for him from the day he was born. She says he was a happy child that brought nothing but laughter to the family.
We've always been together. It's so funny. He would be the one that wakes me up every morning. We are not at peace knowing that he is somewhere out there. He is somewhere out there. We don't even know what he's eating.
The boy's mother, Asalika Nambonambona, told us off camera that one of Peter's brothers apparently saw him jump into the drain outside their home. This prompted the family and the police to turn their search to the waterways of Lautoka foreshore, the wharf, and even Vunato River. The police say they're still investigating the boy's disappearance and have been actively searching for his whereabouts since Sunday.
The family here at Sandalwood Street is pleading with the public to be able to give in any information that they have in terms of the whereabouts of young Peter Mbaravilala Jr. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
Any student caught using or in possession of drugs while in school will be expelled immediately. The Education Ministry directive is a result of incidents reported over the last few weeks. Kelly Vadala reports.
There is now zero tolerance for any student involved in any form of substance abuse at any school.
Cigarettes are drug, I think that's the most common one. Our young people, it's normally that and alcohol. But for marijuana, there are isolated cases, especially maybe more in the urban than in the rural.
Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy issued the directive last night, saying they've investigated incidents where students were smoking marijuana or sniffing glue.
Expelling them without any special assistance to try and rehabilitate and get them back in the system to continue with their education, if not at the same school, maybe at another school.
Alzime Bano is the founder of Advocacy Through Creative Techniques, which works on social issues faced by young people in Fiji. She believes there must be a more in-depth look at why students are involved in substance abuse.
If you terminate the student from your school, you're probably eliminating that problem, but you are sort of taking that problem out of your school and just putting them out into the society.
Minister for Education Dr. Mahendra Reddy says they will not tolerate such behavior as they are concerned with the security and safety of other students. He is also urging all parents and teachers to guide the young generation to become responsible citizens of society. Kelly Fatala, FBC News.
Adhere to road rules. That's the message from the Fiji Police Force after a horrific crash landed 5 people in hospital. Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra says people continue to drive recklessly with 9 road fatalities this year. SSP Mishra says while investigations are continuing, the impact of the collision indicates both vehicles were speeding. 60 people died on our roads last year, the majority due to speeding.
The accident at Korabuto, the victims are still admitted at the Lautoka Hospital, and they are very serious. And as far as police is concerned, our investigations still continue.
18 faith-based organizations have stepped up to help the government address social issues. Minister for Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation, Meriseni Vuniwanga, says the ministry cannot tackle these problems alone. Sainiani Boiler reports.
I just have an opportunity.
The Social Welfare Ministry wants stronger collaboration with religious bodies to overcome violence against women and children, help beggars and the homeless, and to empower persons with disabilities.
It is important that if any significant changes are to be made in trying to address social issues, it will require the concerted effort of all stakeholders to make an impact, especially in strengthening the family unit.
Fiji Council of Churches representative Reverend Aporosa Rangedi says the way forward is to reach out to the grassroots level and to create more awareness.
We need to, work together, all the faith-based organizations, and I am very hopeful that moving forward we will make an impact in the social concerns that is relevant right now in Fiji, especially has to do with the child protection, violence against women, and also the church working together.
More than 50 representatives from 18 faith-based organizations have today set a platform with the Ministry of Children, Women and Poverty Alleviation to help reduce the increasing social issues around the country. The one-day forum ends today. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
The Housing Authority has now included infrastructure development into residential lots. Chief Executive Isikeli Navunda says this will eliminate a number of problems for people building their homes. Savaira Tambua has more.
Looking for plumbers, electricians and handymen when building homes can be frustrating, but Housing Authority properties will have these taken care of.
We also incorporate these as part of our development, where all Housing Authority developments will have water, sewerage, roads and electricity provided.
Acting Chief Executive Isikeli Navunda confirms Matabuliwoli in Nandi will be the first to have water, sewage and electricity infrastructure.
It's a good idea. It will help us a lot.
That is part of the challenge that we face, and we normally do our designs to make sure that these issues are addressed to try and minimize on our costs.
This site in Tadirua is one of the most sought after residential properties in the Greater Suva area. This was one of the first lots to have all basic provisions included for new home builders. Sabara Tambua, FBC News.
Still ahead, TLTB expands services to Dakandrove. A new vehicle inspection machine for LTA. Stay with us.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन ताबुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन ताबुआ।
Hi, we Bajels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश ताबुआ में रहता है, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The first ever Ithauke Land Trust Board has opened in Dakandrove Vanolevu. The TLTB Savu-Savu sub-regional office was opened by Board Chair and Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama yesterday. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
The decision to set up a TLTB office here in Savu-Savu was made after the Board of Trustees recognized the great opportunities for development of Ithauke land that are available in the province of the Dakandrove. Ithauke land covers a total land area of around 200,000 hectares and only 18% is currently being leased out.
TLTB plan to open a new office in Savu-Savu complements government's Look North development policy and would certainly result in better land utilization, particularly for Vanolevu. The plan also includes providing as much opportunities as possible, not only for tenants of various types of parcels of land, but also for landowners to lease their own land.
The new office will mean the people of the Dakandrove will no longer have to travel to Lambasa to access TLTB services.
This is also part of the TLTB board's visibility to see that the services are normally provided in the major towns are also decentralized into other town centers as part of government plans, to provide accessibility and improvement of its effective services to all Fijians that need it.
The area of operation for the new TLTB office extends to the 15 districts within the Kaunrave province and will provide all services pertaining to land issues. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
People are being urged to be wary of a viral infection which has similar symptoms to dengue and is currently affecting a number of Fijians. Those infected have flooded hospitals and health centers with symptoms of the yet-to-be-named flu. The Health Ministry says people should present themselves to the hospital if they are experiencing high fever, headaches and joint pains.
The symptoms are quite similar in that they have fever and they have body pains and so on and so forth. And so the things that can distinguish it are basically a laboratory test. So patients are presenting, we're conducting a laboratory test, and we are updating the ministry team on how exactly to prioritize what we respond to at this point in time.
The Land Transport Authority's fully automated vehicle inspection system as half the time it previously took for inspections. The system has been installed at LTA's Valelevo premises. Mechanical engineer John MacArthur says with the new system, vehicles go through 8 stages of inspection that tests a vehicle's brakes, headlight aim, smoke emission, gas, tint, noise, suspension and dynamometer. MacArthur says it is fast, efficient and safe for all concerned. The Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association will not comment on a recent article about 2 Australian tourists whose holiday here turned sour. Rachel is here now with the very latest from the world of business.
Good evening. Coming up in business tonight. Local accountant receives international recognition. And in growing Fiji, a 12-story complex planned for Suva City.
And later on in sports with Jamie, the Fiji Sevens team calls for fan support.
Weo te vitarokuta mai kono kulan rasa lutoka ndo ba talita kana warong na radio Fiji One.
Bulan arango fina mai korviri nandi au talita kana warong na radio Fiji One na programa ni masmasu na mataklailai.
Oya ochone kurina bila mai bunangoru na maketelinga toka bwe ndo talita kini na warong na radio Fiji One gena na domo ibiti.
Na radio Fiji One na domo ibiti na bonga ni bienen.
In business tonight, Fiji Institute of Accountants President Renu Chand has been awarded top honors for services to her profession. Chand is among 144 chartered accountants worldwide chosen by the fellowship. She has more than 20 years' experience as a chartered accountant in Fiji and New Zealand and is a partner at KPMG Fiji. The South Pacific Stock Exchange has seen an increase of $7.5 million in market capitalization for the month of January. Acting Chief Executive Krishika Narayan says this is a 0.5% growth. Narayan adds 8 new investors joined the market during the month. She says at the end of January, the market cap stood at $1.3 million, which is an all-time high for the stock exchange. The economic performance figures were released this week. With a summary, here's Elisabeth from HFC Bank.
The Reserve Bank of Fiji's February Economic Review has been released, Rachel. It states that in 2016, the new lending of commercial banks for consumption purposes grew by 7.9%. During the same period, commercial bank lending to the private sector had slow growth, only 12.6% compared to 14.4% in 2015. In December of 2016, the interest rates for new loans and deposit rates from commercial banks increased. The weighted average new lending rate rose to 6.17% from 5.38% in November. The time deposit rate also rose slightly to 2.95% from 2.94% in November. Meanwhile, liquidity fell over the month of January by a marginal 0.8% to $408.9 million. This was due to an increase in statutory reserve deposits of $43 million, which offset the decline in currency in circulation by $41.7 million and foreign reserves by $1.6 million. As of yesterday, liquidity stood at $472.6 million. And back to you, Rachel.
Thanks, Elizabeth. On to today's exchange rates. The Chinese yuan and the American dollar dropped slightly to close at 3.26 and 47 cents respectively, while the Australian and New Zealand dollar rose to close at 61 cents and 65 cents. Meanwhile, the PNG kina dropped to close at 1.32. A drop across the commodities market as oil went down by 87 cents to close at $53.32 a barrel. Gold followed a similar trend to close at $1,255 an ounce, which is down by $1.60. And silver dropped by 5 cents an ounce to close at $53.32. In growing Fiji tonight, the Carpenters Group of companies will be constructing a 12-story complex at Suva's iconic MHCC. The MH Tower will provide premium office space. This is what MH Tower will look like once completed. An extension from the current car park will add a new look to the Suva skyline.
That project will be, that will commence within the next 2 months. This should be finished in about 15 months.
A well-renowned real estate developer, Sinclair Brook from Australia, has been hired to oversee the entire project.
We've got consultants appointed, we're engaging with builders, we'll have a process shortly and then we'll get underway.
The MH Tower is estimated to cost about $35 million. And that's a wrap from the business desk. Now with the very latest in sports, here's Jamie.
Naka Rachel, and good evening. After the break, Dakuanga and Domolai to add firepower to Fiji forwards. And Navy Suva wins the first challenge for Bougainville Trophy. This and more coming up.
I'm under the sort of of Neabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Tano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Fiji could once again host the Pacific Games after a lapse of more than 2 decades. While nothing has been confirmed, the Fiji National Sports Commission is planning to bring the event home in 2027. Vasnil Prasad with the details.
2027. And when at the Standing Committee they were asking about planning for the future.
We're told that there are about 2 other countries who are very keen and want 7 games. I'm delighted to award the games in 2021, and that will be a decision of the General Assembly of the Pacific Games.
The Pacific Games Council will only accept Fiji's bid if it's channeled through FASNOC. The national sporting body needs the full support from the government in order to file a bid in 2020. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Fiji Sevens players Apisa and Domolai and Masive Dakuanga are expected to add firepower in the forwards at the Las Vegas tournament. The team went through its first run this morning in the US, and coach Gareth Baber has asked fans thirsty for a win to be patient. Vasil Prasad has more.
4 tournaments, 0 wins. It's a new low for Fiji, and fans are starting to wonder what's going wrong.
Just bear with us and have a bit of patience. We're trying our utmost to develop the team as quickly as possible, and we're getting towards semi-finals and finals is one way of doing that.
Coach Gareth Baber says fans need to rally behind the team, which has a wealth of experience with the return of Apisai Domolai and Masivesi Dakuanga.
All of the 2 forwards, I think, bring experience above all else, and obviously physicality, good knowledge of how to play the game and win games and hold yourself, but the physical defenders as well, which is good for us.
The Fiji 7 side were exposed in few areas, which Flying Fijians coach John McKee says they have worked on for the past 2 weeks.
Crossover around our skills work, and some of the things particularly around the breakdown area, around the ruck and around the tackle.
The defending Las Vegas Sevens champions kicks off its campaign against Japan on Saturday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji's Las Vegas Sevens pool opponents, Australia, have received a huge boost with 82 caps worth of experience returning to the field this weekend. Tom Lucas, Nick Maloof and Ed Jenkins, all making a comeback from injury, are tipped to provide some balance to a young Australian outfit. The Navy Suva side wrestled the Bougainville Tanoa from the Mbainivo Liku team at Subrel Park this afternoon. Navy won 24 points to 16 against the Northern Army side. Eleanor Turangavu reports.
It's the first challenge of the season. The Mbainivo team from the Sukanaivalu Barracks in Wature Kuka trying their best to defend their title as the 2016 winners of the Bougainville Tanoa. However, the Navy Suva side proved too strong.
The game today, we know that this is the first game for this season. There are plenty of mistakes by the boys, and we really need to go and work on those mistakes.
Navy managed 3 tries which were successfully converted along with a penalty during the first half. Mbainivo on the other hand only managed 1 try and 3 penalties.
We have only one week to prepare ourselves, and the match rugby in Maduata hasn't started at all, so that was a big drawback for us.
The Navy side will take on Lautoka in the next challenge at the Kiwibi Barracks in Namboa next week. Eleanor Turangavu, FBC Sports.
Bar Football and Puakura FC are currently tied 0-0 in the second half of their OFC Champions League pool match in New Caledonia. Roy Krishna's Wellington Phoenix football side shocked everyone, upsetting Brisbane Roar 3-1 last weekend. Speculations are that the team will make a new surge from here, but the question arises, was it a one-off? Today's play of the day comes from the Thailand Masters Badminton competition, where former Thai world number 1 Kantafon Wangcharoen and Malaysia's Lee Chong Wei went tit for tat in an exciting third set. Kantafon's never-say-die effort made for some spectacular badminton and had the crowd roaring with every hit. That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather. But in the world of the weird and the wonderful, meet the man who lives on a diet of rock and mud. That's after the break.
कमल रोशनी है, हम लोगों में रहते हैं और मिर्ची एफएम सबसे बेस्ट स्टेशन है।
हमारा नाम मेसी है, हम गोल्ड टाउन तापुआ में रहता है और मिर्ची इज हॉट इन तापुआ।
Hi, we Bagels. We love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
निवेश तवराबा में रहता हूँ, सुनता है यहाँ मिर्ची एफएम is very hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The hot topic at Mobile World Congress this year is not a new phone. Apart from the Nokia 3310, they all look the same. Nor is it a new technology like virtual reality. Compared with last year, there seem to be fewer VR headsets around. No, the biggest thing in Barcelona is something invisible that doesn't yet exist. 5G. Angie for the latest in weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. I hope you enjoyed the bit of sunshine that lasted for a while until cloudy periods and a few showers took over. Now you might be wondering, why do we have so much rain? Well, it's because this is the warm season from November till April when we received plenty of heavy yet brief rainfall. Now let's see what it was like in the west. A few showers and thunderstorms were experienced with temps in the lower 30s. Heavier falls are expected by later tonight. Eastwards from Pekhabaru Suva, the sun shone for a bit, but cloudy conditions took charge, bringing us a dull and a gloomy day. And up in Vanua Levu, it was similar to the west. There were few showers and thunderstorms. However, conditions will ease for a bit tonight as there is a forecast of light rain in the northern division. Tomorrow, thank goodness, expect a chance of sunny periods early in the day, but as we get into the evening hours, oh boy, rain will get heavy in the western and northern parts of Fiji. The rest of the centers can also expect some showers. Tomorrow's temps, Nadi is expected to have a high of 31, while Ba will keep its low of 22. Looking further on to the best day of the week, Friday. It seems clear for a bit before good chance of showers enter the picture. But hold on in there, sunny warm days are coming soon. Out at sea, east to southeast winds 20 to 25 knots with rough seas. And to the tides, the next high tide tonight is at 8:42 with a low tide tomorrow morning at 2:59. And that, Jackie, is FBC weather for tonight.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In our Fijian Pulse tonight, we ask, do you agree with the Education Ministry's stance to terminate students for substance abuse?
It's good if they put a ban. It won't affect the students and their studies.
It's good that it is on ban because children can concentrate on their work and get good marks.
I think it's better to ban the thing because most of the students they get peer pressure like follow each other and lead them the wrong way.
I think government is doing right things to tell to ban the thing in the schools so students can't sell all these drugs.
Yes, I support the ministry and they should be expelled.
If like school student in the high school, they should not do something wrong so they can spoil their future.
Recapping the main stories, a 2-year-old boy has been missing for 3 days, leaving the family distraught. Education Ministry to terminate any student found using or in possession of drugs. And 5 people are in hospital following an accident in Nandi yesterday. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, are town and city councils doing enough in the fight against dengue fever? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, today's shot of the day. A thunderstorm over the capital city in the early evening as people knock off from work and begin their journey home. The shot was sent in by Taniela Vetata, a regular contributor. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenfbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Until next time, from the team and I, good night.
Hi, we are a Smile team of Lautoka. We are a great fan of classic music. That's why we love listening to Gold FM.
Hi, we're from Bar. We love listening to Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
I'm Moses, Youth Village Handicraft in Nandi. I always listen, all day, every day. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Wanga. I'm from Bam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.